Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for choosing our show. Do you believe in the modern day prophecy, especially when it comes to political prophecy given by a man of God? Do you believe that God can choose a man of God today and tell him that, there's going to be rain in your country after a long period of drought? Do you think that God can choose a man of God and tell him that there is going to be a shocking political change in your country? I'm asking this because we have learned through experience that sometimes politics and religion are quite inseparable. I remember in the clamor to multi-party democracy, we had men of God who became a thorn in the flesh to the Nyayo regime. People like Father Wamugunda, Ndingi Mwana Anzeki are just but examples of the clergy who looked at the late President Moi and told him off that, the trajectory that you are taking is not good for the country. And some of them really felt the wrath of Nyayo because they told him off when things were not going right. Even today, we've seen people, the clergy like Muheria, sometimes coming up and telling the president that matters that are pertinent to the country cannot be left to one person. You cannot decide for the millions of Kenyans what is supposed to be done. We can sit down and bring experts. And even Ezekiel is one person who has always continued to poke holes in this government. Now, I bumped into a prophecy by Pastor Ezekiel about what is about to befall our country. Personally, and this is just a personal decision, I don't believe in prophecies, especially when you want to tell me that, this thing is going to happen to the political class or politically. God has showed you. It is my choice. I don't believe in them. But then I heard Pastor Ezekiel saying that God showed him a vision that we are going to have a senior member of a political class in Kenya that will be dead. And he's saying that he was not shown the manner in which this person is going to die, whether it is through a chopper, an accident, assassination. He is only telling us that God showed him in a vision that this man is going to die. And he's saying that the vision has come not once but twice. And God is showing him that this very person is going to die. And Ezekiel is saying that it is very sad, knowing very well that you see someone walking around in the country and yet you've been shown that this person is going to die. But he's saying that sometimes he does not know how to relay this message, because anytime he attempts to tell people that I have a vision that someone is going to die, then TikTokers and maybe YouTubers like us will pick it and say, breaking news, Ezekiel says this and that. But then once you relay this message, you know that we must pick it and also spread the message, because God does not give you a vision to keep quiet. I still want to repeat that I don't believe in prophecy, but this particular one caught my attention. Kindly listen to Pastor Ezekiel Odero.
Kuna kiongozi mwingine Kenya nimeambiwa anaenda kukufa mara mbili. Paka ninakaa nasikia uchungu, na mjua niko na namba yake na siwezi kumpigia hata chukua. Tena haijamaliza wiki ngapi, nikienda Kitale nikaambiwa, unajua huyu anaenda kufa na kutafanyika hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Ni watu wawili peke yake ndio wanajua hiyo story. Nikitaja hiyo kitu itaingia TikTok kama yote. Yani unajua ukweli kuhusu watu wakubwa but your country is very young spiritually. You can't send the message. Nchi yangu ni changa kiroho, siwezi nikaongea. Nikiongea itaingia breaking news. Ezekiel prophesies. So I'm looking for avenue. The problem ni kwamba sijui ni lini huyu mtu anakufa.
You know, Pastor Ezekiel is one person who has somehow rubbed shoulders the wrong way with this government. There was a time when he told Ruto the truth, and he told Ruto that, you know, these people did not elect you because they wanted you. They simply elected you because there's a class that did not want Uhuru Kenyatta, and they wanted you to fill that gap so that you could remove him. And he told William Ruto that very soon they will turn against you. At another point, I met a place where someone shared where Pastor Ezekiel was telling William Ruto that if you don't fulfill the promises that you gave to the hustlers, they will turn against you. And at some point, you realize that they wanted to connect Pastor Ezekiel to the mayhem that was taking place in Shakahola. As we speak, the exercise of exhuming bodies continues, and it's a very sad state of affairs. I don't know. But Pastor Ezekiel is saying that he's got a vision. I don't know whether not only Ezekiel, but our modern day prophets. I don't know whether there is one who has prophesied anything politically and come to pass. Sometimes back, someone was telling me that Pastor Owuor, said that he was seeing some blood that was flowing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't believe in these things because political assassinations are things that are the end of the day in Africa. But I don't believe in it. But why did this one, catch my attention? I was moved by this prophecy, kind of, because we are in a state of tension. There's a lot of tension in the country. And this tension has been created by none other than the president and his deputy. We thought that that kind of political tension ended when Uhuru and Ruto finished their term. They even promised us that they were not going to engage, they were not going to subject Kenyans to unnecessary tension. They said they would have a lot to do to Kenyans so that they would not even have time for political squabbles. But now you see, like yesterday in Nakuru, they met head on. Rigathi telling Ruto and his brigade that I'm not going to compromise in my bid to unite Mount Kenya, because my mode of unity is bottom up, just like William Ruto is saying that the economic the model of economy that he is trying to advance is bottom up, where we start with the simple people or a few people as we advance up. And he was saying that we must unite with our families and friends as we grow. With this kind of political squabble, political differences, it is very serious. And if you want to know that it is serious, Ruto charged even the senior ranking members of the cabinet to unleash their terror against Rigathi Gachagua. You cannot believe it that the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, Chief Minister Musalia Mudavadi, Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki, Attorney General J.B. Muturi, those are the senior most ranking, apart from the Deputy President and the President himself. Murkomen, Oscar Sudi, all these people are charged towards one person, Rigathi Gachagua. And it tells you that it's serious. So when Ezekiel tells us that he's got a vision, and this is coming at a time when the government is full of wrangles, the deputy and the president are not reading from the same page, we must be scared. We must be scared because under the new constitution, Ruto cannot kick away his deputy. They are joined at the hip, at the hip, like they say. They are tied together. The same way William Ruto was rocking the government from within, but Uhuru could do nothing because they are elected together. So that tells you that if at all either of them is tired of each other, the only way they can finish each other, finish the marriage, is one by one resigning, or you simply do away with them. And we are in a country that we know that we've got a record, a trail of political assassinations. And so it scares us when a man of God tells us that he's got a vision that a senior ranking member of a political class would die. It is also bothering many of us because people who are highly protected are not exempted from all these mysterious deaths. Just the other day, we lost the former Chief of Defense Forces, General Lugola. And you all know, because it was explained by experts, that the kind of security that someone like Ugola would have is not very easy just to explode in an aircraft, and his life is lost. He's got security that one person was arguing is almost equal to that of the president. When he's flying in a military jet or chopper, there must be other choppers following for security. So with this kind of deaths, we are scared when someone tells us that we are about to lose a senior ranking member of a political class. In fact, today, even where you sit, you know, your guess is that there are people who are, if you ask Kenyans, who do you think could be targeted if at all we would have political assassinations? Then people will pinpoint, they will tell you this and that because of those rankles. And because these deaths are unresolved and we don't know the answers, we are scared that such a thing could be happening. And that's why I'm saying that I don't agree with most of these prophecies, but I got scared. I don't know whether it scares you or these are just mere talks by men of God. People are saying, if you look, I've always told you to listen to street politics. What is street politics? What you say with your friends. You hold a political opinion. You are the electorates. You're the people who elect, you and I, we are the people who elect MCAs all the way to the presidency. And we know, we can study, we read, newspapers, and we know what is happening in the country. We are living at a time when you don't know what is going to happen next. Yes, you can predict hawa na wale wanapigana hawaelewani, but you don't know how they are going to resolve this. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just pray that we don't take a trajectory of political assassinations like during the Nyayo era. Mwingine amegongwa na gari pale, unasikia tu lori imegonga mtu, chopa imeanguka, someone has collapsed. No, we don't like we would really not like to treat the country to such shenanigans. How I wish that we play clean politics. Let us agree and disagree in terms of political ideology, but let us not go to the direction that prophecy is taking us. I believe, let us ask all the people to pray for our nation so that we don't witness many assassinations. And that's my take.